No, it's the fact that like they use these illegal aliens to increase the amount of votes and the amount of influence that to increase the amount of influence that they have in politics. So like you're using these people basically as like a, like a population buff. And so you get more votes and you get more accountability, or not accountability, but you get more representation.
What? There's a retarded version of his argument that has to do with illegals voting directly, which is stupid. And then there's a more subtle, but even more retarded version of the argument that some people are typing in about how the census counts illegals and that can lead to a greater electoral count or whatever bullshit. The last article that I read about this on 538 that had to do with representation changing because illegals, anybody that lives in an area is counted towards your House of Representatives count or whatever. My understanding is right now Republicans have a net 1 benefit as a result of illegal immigrants in this country. If none of those people were counted, then chances are it would benefit the Democrats by 1 vote, is my understanding. Somebody can find that 538 article, but they go through and they math out because there are a lot of legals in places that are heavily conservative. I think like Texas and I would have to go back and read the article, but I don't think that I don't think there's a massive benefit there for Democrats. Like we're getting a ton of representation as a result of illegals being counted in areas. I'm pretty sure the net favorability was to conservatives there.
Includes Californians. If Gavin Newsom isn't going to protect them, we are.
But I don't even know if Asmongold knows anything about that. I think Asmon is just alluding to the first stupid theory of illegal immigrants voting.
To make America safe again, we're going to protect Americans, and that includes Californians. If Gavin Newsom isn't going to protect them, we are. He also failed to declare an economic disaster. Had he done that, Kelly Loeffler and the Small Business Administration could have come in and helped all those businesses that were being looted. We could have given them federal funding, but he's refusing to help even his own small businesses in California. And if you loot a business in California...
Like, just think about how stupid you have to be, or not stupid, how ideologically captured you have to be if you're Asmongold listening to this. Like, just listen to the words that like, oh my God. One of my favorite things, and then one of the most horrifying things, is this admin, Richard Hanania, I think identified this really well. This admin is a really great IQ test. It's a really great intellectual honesty test. These people that are speaking now, there is no more mask and there is no more subtlety. They're just full on authoritarian fucking losers. And they just say outright propaganda unhinged. And if there are people that believe this stuff, you are clueless. You're either not qualified, not smart enough, or so ideologically captured. You have no business being anywhere near media commentary, right? You're telling me that Donald Trump, the guy who was playing games with FEMA funding when California was undergoing wildfires, you're saying that guy is so concerned with the well-being of Californians that he's mobilizing the National Guard to protect them against illegal immigrants? Like, in what world are these two things possible? Like, it's obviously fucking bullshit. Like, that's so obviously stupid. It's an obvious bullshit statement. If you believe that, there's something wrong with you.
California, during this, we're charging you with robbery under the Hobbs Act. No longer are the days of non-prosecution for looting. It's a criminal act. You've seen on the news all these stores being burglarized, vandalized.
I'm waiting on that to happen. Like, yeah.
All of our police officers, all of our...
Like, at what point do you take a step back and go, okay, well, let's just take stock. Where are we right now? We're still going on a back and forth trade war with the entire world. We have 0 deals signed as a result of it. Pretty sure treasury yields are still up. Markets are down from where they should be. Absolutely. Canada and Mexico fucking hate us now. The European Union doesn't like us anymore. Conflict has escalated in Ukraine and Russia. Ukraine is getting huge strikes on Russia now. That conflict was not solved on day one like Trump promised. The huge peace agreement, ceasefire that Trump bragged about, that Witkoff supposedly secured between Hamas and the U.S. has fallen apart, obviously. Conflict still rages on there. Israel is now attacking Iran directly. Iran has said they're no longer willing to negotiate with the United States regarding a nuclear deal. Domestically, we aren't seeing any of the positive results that we were promised. I guess illegal immigration is down. I mean, all immigration is down. Nobody wants to come to this fucking country right now. Like, where are we? What's happened? Like, what the fuck is going on? We have nothing in... Doge was a complete and utter failure in finding anything. I think the House passed their big, beautiful bill, which I believe solidifies, was it $17 billion of Doge cuts? I think the majority of which are cut from USAID and like $1 billion from Medicaid. So 17 billion is what we got. Wait, 9 billion? Somebody said 9 billion. Doge cuts, House bill. Oh, sorry. The House narrowly approved legislation Thursday to cancel more than $9 billion in funding for global health. I think this is mainly USAID stuff. And for, I'm sorry, not for Medicaid, for public radio and TV stations, because obviously PBS and NPR were destroying the country. It's just, what are we doing here? big, beautiful bill, massive explosion in the debt and the deficit on a 10-year time horizon, instantaneously, like on every single measure. And that's not even to get into the scumbag shit. The $ Trump coin, the $ Melania coin, the targeting of law firms, of college institutions, the Eric Adams shit, the $5 million gold card. Like, it's just so cringe.
Federal, state, local law enforcement officers being abused out there.
The plane from Qatar, yeah.
California.
Yeah, Signal Gate. I don't even know how to, bro, it's so much.
All of our police officers, all of our federal, state, local law enforcement officers being abused out there, trying to keep California safe. Jointly, we've all made over 190 arrests, more coming. If you hit a police officer, you assault a police officer, state or federal, we are coming after you.
Thank God.
So, Molotov cocktails, no longer.
So tell us, the other day, I think it was a couple days ago on Sean Hannity's show, you released the FBI warrant out for this masked guy that was throwing bricks at the cops.
Yeah, they got him.
What's the latest on that investigation?
They got his ass.
The other individuals that were throwing the bricks at the cops.
Yeah.
More illegals counted in the census? Yeah, that's the reason why.
Is coming. He is now on the most wanted list. He is on the run, and that's where he better be. He should turn himself in because he is looking at federal prison time. They're going to find you. He thought he could wear a mask and get away with this, but with our technology now and incredible law enforcement work with FBI, DEA, ATF, working with ICE, working with Homeland Security, we're coming after you. We're getting these videos. We're seeing what you're doing. We're finding you. This guy's face is all over the news now, and we are going to catch him.
We're seeing a connection between these individuals on the street. You got the pro-Hamas crowd. You got the Greenies. You got the...
It's crazy how they support literal terrorists, man. Like, I can understand, like, the whole Free Palestine thing. I get it, but like, you really going to support terrorists? I mean, like, can't you, like, it doesn't have to be both, man.
Occupy Wall Street people.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you got these people that want to advocate for the illegals to stay in this country. I want to bring you to this DOJ case that you guys just opened against an Oakland coffee shop that were refusing service for Jewish customers. What's the latest on that?
Lauren.
Are we really doing this again? We doing this shit again? God damn, man.
Bro, politics on Twitch is fucking cooked. Holy shit. Oh my God.
We shouldn't live in the world in which we live, where you would name a coffee shop, Jerusalem coffee shop. Yet you would, when a Jewish person comes in there, they're mocked, they're told to leave, they're said horrible names to because they're wearing a Jewish hat or a Jewish star. We're not going to put up with that. Under Title II, they
not the Jewish hats.
Cannot do that in our country. Listen to what else they did. After the October 7th anniversary, said horrible names to coffee shop. We shouldn't live in the world in which we live, where you would name a coffee shop, Jerusalem coffee shop. Yet you would, when a Jewish person comes in there, they're mocked, they're told to leave, they're said horrible names to.
Jerusalem, mocked and told to leave by who? By customers? Because customers say whatever the fuck they want. What do you mean?
Because they're wearing a Jewish hat or a Jewish star. We're not going to put up with that. And
if the owners were doing it, that's no good. I don't think you're allowed to do that, but.
They're Title II, they cannot do that in our country. Listen to what else they did. After the
no, from the owner? Oh, well, that's not good.
October 7th anniversary, that horrific day, the anniversary of October 7th. After that, they added.
What does this text say?
New drinks to the menu. One was.
Oh God, here we go.
Sweet Sinwar, in honor, a tribute to the leader of Hamas who tortured Jews, who orchestrated the October 7th attacks. That's the world in which we're living, that they do a drink honoring him and can't do that. And
oh
so
my God.
We've.
Okay, close your eyes. Somebody told me this a while ago. I read this back in high school. Close your eyes. Okay. Think of a donut. Just imagine. Think of a donut. All right. Think of the donut. Then think of a person. And then think of an elephant. And then think of the Eiffel Tower, okay? Okay. Open your eyes. Take a deep breath. One of the, something I read a long time ago is that regardless of like the physical size of a thing, when you think of a thing, it's kind of all the same size on your mind. I don't know if that makes sense if I say that in words, but concepts and things don't have like a physical space in your mind when you conceptualize it. It just kind of is like there. I think that this applies equally to news and stuff that you hear as well. Why, like, you should immediately wonder what's going on right now. The President of the United States has enacted multiple unhinged orders based on alien invasions, based on whatever, to deport people from this country. He has federalized 4,000 troops of the National Guard in California, sending in the Marines. He's doing all this stuff